What if God was one of us? Just a stranger on a bus. Welcome, everybody.
To Challenge Express. Choo choo. It's a day before Halloween. My sister definitely got in the spirits. I don't even have any Halloween costumes.
Wait, are you a soccer player?
I mean, I'm a referee.
Oh, okay.
I'm a spooky referee, though.
Cool.
That's what I'm going with. What are you?
Just, honestly, these are just my normal everyday.
Yeah.
I'm just me.
Oh, man. Yes, the day before Halloween. Fun times, but we're talking about episode 12 of Spies, Lies, and Allies.
Too bad it's not episode 13.
Ooh, yeah, that would have been neat.
Yeah.
And then if we recorded on a Friday, would have been Friday, episode 13.
Oh, too bad. Next time.
Yeah, next time, definitely. I mean, this was the 500th episode, right? So they were anticipating it, where we were anticipating it to be a really big episode, great episode. They tried. I think it fell flat in a lot of areas.
Yeah.
I'd say overall. I feel like the best parts of the episode weren't the daily challenge or the elimination. It was pretty much just like what was going on in the house, I suppose.
And it's also weird how last episode they had a big sponsorship where the daily like got money and stuff. Like, why didn't they just wait till the 5? Like, they didn't do anything extra for this one.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they just gave out money randomly last time with P3, of course, their sponsor. But yeah, that would have been nice if they did it on their 500th episode.
Yeah.
Nelson immediately pops off on Kyle. That was surprising to me. And it was like, is he doing it to be dramatic? But it's like, no, it's just Nelson. Who the hell knows what's going on in his head?
He doesn't even know. So here we have another instance where somebody immediately apologizes after they did something, which is fine. They're all becoming adults now. But yeah, like, I think he just was filled with emotions, but it doesn't even make sense because then didn't he end up on Corey's team?
Yeah, I mean, it's
not a bad thing,
right? It was like he was mad about the principal, about Kyle not telling him or not caring, but I don't know if they're still holding on to this like vet alliance or Nelson and Kyle had a better relationship than we thought. But it's at that point in the game where it's okay to do something like this. Honestly, it would have been okay to do something like this in previous episodes. It's not like Kyle threw Nelson into elimination.
Yeah.
It's not like Kyle put him on a team that he hated everybody. You know, like you said, he's with Corey.
I guess his thing was, why didn't you switch with Amanda?
What do you mean?
Nelson was like, you could have swapped out with Amanda instead of me.
No. Emmanuel, he probably said.
Oh, well, you can't swap out with a female?
I guess not. I didn't really think about that, but I mean, because we saw at the end of this episode, Bettina swapped with, or Emmy swapped with Amanda, but that could have just been strategic. I think it has to stay in the same sex. Okay. I would assume. I don't know why, but yeah, Nelson was just mad for no reason. Then his like apology immediately after was like, I'm sorry, everyone. He was like out of breath and like he couldn't even like form a sentence. Well, that's actually normal for Nelson, but you know, he was just like, he just went on like he just ran a final. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
I feel like sometimes though we just get bits and pieces of things. Like we have no idea what else happened to Nelson that day. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe something else happened that led him to act out so ridiculously, but
yeah, on the aftermath, Devin did say he was like, yo, I'm gonna spill some tea. Haven't said anything until now. Like multiple times, apparently Nelson tried to get like Devin and Team Emerald to throw Kyle into elimination. So Nelson was kind of plotting against Kyle and at certain times. So Kyle doing this.
So maybe that was just Nelson's guilty conscience. Like he was
Yeah.
just trying to overcompensate for he was doing what he was accusing Kyle of doing.
Yeah. And again, he just like stole a spot on his team. He didn't send him into elimination.
If anything, like he might have helped. Like it's not even that big of a deal. Like I don't know.
I mean, of course, you want to be on a team with CT. That seems to be what everybody wants, and rightfully so. Especially on Team Sapphire, with the only team having people who have won the show before, Ashley and CT.
Yeah, that's a solid team. What do you think about? Do you think CT was being manipulative, or I mean, we know that. So we know by the confessionals that CT does not think very highly of Big T. Unfortunately, he throws jabs at her all the time.
Yeah.
But one person that he only throws compliments at is Emmy.
And for the time being, I mean, we thought that with Big T when he was partners with Big T, but CT is really good at, being a chameleon, like telling people what they want to hear and having people like kind of come up with the ideas that he originally came up with mid-conversation.
Do you think he was giving her genuine advice, or was he strictly being manipulative for his own game, or was it a little bit of both?
It was genuine advice. Also, it was manipulative. Like he knew that, I mean, Emmy on Team Ruby, I mean, the Team Ruby's not even that bad as we say. I mean, yeah, Big T and Amanda are the weakest people in the house, right? Maybe Nani too. So like for a final. So yeah, you don't want to have one of those people on your team going into a final. But I think it was manipulation. CT is really good at doing that. But it was also, I mean, obviously it played out perfectly, and now Emmy's on the strongest team. So technically he was right.
Yeah. So it wasn't like it also helped her game. Yeah.
I feel like it was more disgusting when Team Emerald, their whole team was like manipulating Emmy and then like sat her down and was like, we're doing you a favor. And it's like, and I feel like it was pretty hard to watch.
Tori's always at the center of those conversations. Right? Tori's always at the center of those conversations.
Tori?
Tori.
What do you mean? Oh, Tori.
Did you just have a stroke?
Maybe I thought you said Corey. My audio is all messed up. But yeah, Tori, right?
Yeah.
T as in Tom, that's my name. Hey, I'm Tom. Welcome to Challenge Express. This is Nicole. I don't think we introduced each other, but we're here. That perfect timing. Oh, that works perfect with that whole outfit, like right now. That is very cool.
I'm just not going to speak for the rest of this.
I got it.
No, I'm saying like Tori is at the center of a lot of those manipulative sort of conversations where it's like, I'm doing you a favor. I would do the same thing if I was you. She's a very, and it's not necessarily bad. It's a little annoying, but she's like a yes person. Like she's good at playing sides and making people feel like she's on their side and their friend. Like we saw it with Bettina a couple times this episode where it's like, I'm gonna do what you want to make you feel better, and I agree with that decision. That's great. And then afterwards she's like, we just couldn't. And
yeah, like with Tatcha and Jeremiah when she went into the room.
Yep.
Yeah, she's very friendly. She has that friendly personality, the outgoing.
It's not necessarily bad, but she gets
but
a
it
little
could be
sloppy.
Because like you can't do that again to somebody that you've already duped.
Yes. So it gets a little sloppy and it'll bite her in the ass eventually if she doesn't like
tighten it up. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, how do you feel about Emmy in general? I know she's had like, a great rookie season, but when you really boil it down, she's beaten Tracy, Esther, and Bettina in eliminations.
Yeah, but it's not just who she beat, it's how she beat them. I think again, like sometimes it's hard with editing and all that fun stuff, but it did look like she had the strategy down, and it looked like she swept Bettina. Like I know Bettina is one of the weak. It's hard to compare to Bettina, but I think it's safe to say if anybody else was down there, she would have given them a run for their money.
Yeah, yeah,
so,
for sure. Do you like her?
yeah, I do. There's one thing about her that I don't like.
Yeah.
And it's when she wins elimination, she acts like she's winning the final.
Yeah. And
She's
like
like,
right when she won that elimination, she had that look on her face like, did I just do that? Like, I just did that?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you did. Shut up.
Yeah. I don't know why, but her reactions to winning the eliminations kind of irk me. But at the same time, like, I don't know why they irk me. It's nice that she cares so much, but there is just something a little bit like too extra.
I think she puts like energy in wrong places. Like
well, that's what PT said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like, she had a lot of raw energy, and if she just can figure out how to focus.
Yeah. She said something about Bettina that rubbed me the wrong way. She was like, you've done nothing in this game. You didn't prove anything. And it's like, relax. She won an elimination at least.
Yeah. That's another thing I forgot about. The way that she was talking about Bettina the whole episode was so annoying. It's like, Emmy, you are also a rookie. Like she's like, Emmy's saying things like, you've never even proven yourself. I'm like, Emmy, you are both rookies and you both in the elimination and won. So what do you?
Yeah, and technically Bettina took out a champ. You took out 3 rookies.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. I think she was being a little bit of a mean girl, like ego getting to her. So I don't love that. But again, she's a rookie. She's navigating kind of like, I feel like we see that a lot.
She's young. She's like 21 or 2 during this show.
Really?
Yeah, and from Romania. So I don't know. She seems like a freaking like 15-year-old to me. Like she acts very immature and young, and her emotions are all over the place. Like when she got into that little argument with Bettina, then she just went to the rest of the people at the club and was just like, I'm so mad.
I don't know. I feel like I get her. And I
mean, she is in a crazy house, so it doesn't help. I would have thought
she was older, like 28 or something.
Really? No, yeah, she's very young.
Huh.
But yeah, we just talked about the whole episode.
Yep. I need to do an update on the spiders living in my home.
Real spiders, right?
Real spiders.
Big not Ben, decoration.
No. Big Ben up here. He's been there for 2 months now, and he's probably quadrupled in size. He's getting really big.
Yeah, I mean, we have spiders in our house that just, come in, pay rent for a couple of months, and then they move out, and then another guy comes in.
Yeah. I have another one that's a new tenant in my shower named Lil Creep, and he's been in there for about 10 days now, and he's just chilled.
They're great bugs.
Yeah. Good friends of mine.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you can go into any room in your house and have somebody else there, so it's not that lonely. I'm
never alone.
Yeah, never alone.
This is a cry for help.
Please help us. How
about Bettina? I mean, obviously everyone was talking shit about her this episode, which was mean. Like, it was just mean. I get it.
It was too much. There's trash talk, and then there's just being mean.
Yeah, it was just mean. Like, I get it. Yeah, she's the easy target. She gets it too, but you don't need to, like, when Ashley and Amanda were talking about her, like, it was just like hurtful, and I just felt bad for her. And when she was crying about it, I was thinking about you, because I was like, T's probably like, oh, Bettina, my girl,
my itty bitty Bettina.
Itty bitty.
Just she's feeling like the outcast. thankfully Corey's in the house. It seems like Kyle also
Yeah.
is like good, friends with her, cordial, because like even at the club, Bettina goes up to Team Sapphire and then they're like, who are you gonna pick, Amanda? And she's like, I'm gonna probably pick Big T if it's physical, and Puzzle maybe Emmy. And then like
Yeah.
right after she says that, the conversation between everybody kind of ends. Amanda's like, I'm gonna get a drink. Ashley's like, I'm coming too. And then like everyone leaves, but Kyle's like stood by her side. So it's
Yeah.
nice to see people be nice to other humans.
Yes, it is. Let's talk about this daily, and do you want me to complain about it now or later?
Well, let's get right into it. Let's complain about it now.
Okay. So, in my opinion, it is the dumbest thing and the most manipulated thing by production to make a daily where one team has 6 people and the other teams have 4 and 5, I think, not 6. And it is a daily that strictly depends on the amount of people in your team.
Yeah.
If you have more people in your team, you're gonna win. Like, it's basically, instead of 1-on-1, it's going to be 2-on-1 or 3-on-1. Like, it's just, in my opinion, it was set for, and if you look at the numbers, Emerald got 8K, Sapphire got 3K, and Ruby got 0. That's because Emerald had the most players, then Sapphire, then Ruby, I believe.
And it all came down to what team had the best females. It really didn't matter that much about the males because they were transferring extra bags for the females. The females already had like 3 bags that they could transfer, and we barely saw people run across to the end zone with 2 bags in their hands. It was very hard to do that, so they were just carrying 1 bag for the most part. I mean, we saw Team Ruby. Unfortunately, their touchdown didn't count, but I don't think it would have mattered because it was Big T and Emmy going against 3 girls. So like the more bags that the Ruby men got to the safe zone would have just been more of a load for these 2 girls to carry against 3 girls. Not to mention Team Emerald has Tori and Casey, probably the 2 strongest girls in this type of mission.
I thought whatever the guys got over, you add that to whatever the girls get over. I thought it was the combined score of both.
It's only what gets to the end zone. I'm positive.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, let's say the guys had 3 bags, right?
Taking a picture of you.
Why?
Because I want to.
You should just do a screenshot. Okay.
No, don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, I won't. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, so the guys had like 3 of their bags. The girls already had 3 bags. So it's like if the guys got all 3 of their bags over to the girls, then that's 6 bags for the girls. But it only matters which bags land in the end zone, the ultimate end zone, which the females had to run to.
Okay, so that's fucking
stupid. It was even, I mean, it made it even worse. It would have been nice if they just combined both of the scores. That would have made way more sense.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. And I was like, okay, so at least there's like a chance if there's more men or more women, like at least there was a chance. But
well, yeah, there definitely wasn't that because Team Ruby got both of their bags. They got Corey ran and got his bag to his end zone. Nelson got his bag to the end zone, but they still ended up with 0 points because their females didn't make it to the end zone.
Oh, okay. So then another thing that I think is really stupid about this daily is that each team, okay, so here, example, I don't know why I can't explain this without breaking it down. Emerald, who was their defense? Sapphire?
Right.
Let's say it was Sapphire.
It's almost like Emerald got to choose everything because they won the previous mission.
They should have done a second heat where each offense then had to go up against the other defense that they like. Yeah. So Emerald should have to play offense for Sapphire and then for Ruby. So that way it's like even, because if the team with the most players goes against the team with the least players, of course that one's gonna win. Like it just wasn't even or fair. Like I don't know, it was just fucking stupid.
And yeah, it was randomly selected, they said. But yeah, Team Emerald got the easiest defense. Team Sapphire got a difficult defense. Like, yeah, it worked out perfectly for Team Emerald. And it's like, why not do another heat, do another 3 heats? Because this daily challenge couldn't have lasted that long, like to actually do in real life, because it was pretty quick and simple.
Like 30 minutes, if
Yeah.
that. I don't know. And I guess whatever. I can bitch about that
The
all
smoke
day.
bomb was really cool. They had each offense had 1 smoke bomb, which was pretty neat. CT
Cool.
positioned his perfectly. Team Sapphire, he threw his and it like covered the whole area. It was very cool.
I mean, it's CT.
Yeah.
Emmy kicking Bettina in the throat.
Yeah, Emmy's a psycho.
I like it. I'm for it. I'm here for it. You know what I mean? She's just nuts, but like,
yeah, we need a nutty person, but it's okay that I don't love Emmy. You know, most of the time I'm kind of rooting against her.
Oh.
But that's just me, and that's okay.
All right, fine. I disagree.
It's okay, right, Nicole?
No.
It's not. Oh, yeah, I love Emmy. Yeah, I love.
Are you mad because she's not on your fantasy team?
Yeah, oh my God. She wasn't even on my radar necessarily. I wanted Berna. I thought she was gonna have a crazy good season. But yeah, Emmy is about to win it.
And then how about Big T's fight that she put up against Ashley?
Big T. Oh yeah. I mean,
held Ashley off for a long time.
Ashley, just drop a freaking bag and get at or do something. It's like, I don't know, she was just kind of trying to run with Big T on her back, and Ashley was like, help, help. And then like they got mad at everyone got mad at Bettina because Bettina didn't help Ashley, but it's like, where's Amanda?
Yeah.
It's like, why are you hating on Bettina?
Yeah.
It was a pretty rough episode for Bettina. She was the outcast. They were picking on her.
Yeah.
And that's just the challenge house at its
best.
best.
The last thing from that was Logan's beautiful throw that didn't count.
I know. Count it. It like I said, it wouldn't have mattered because it was Big T and Emmy transferring the final bags, but
I personally, in football, if that would have counted.
Yeah.
So, right?
Yes, it would have.
Okay, so why didn't it count? Like, if Logan was out of bounds when he threw it, I would understand. But like,
I guess in TJ's rules, you had to run it into the safe zone.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the best moment of the challenge too. And then they're like, doesn't count. It was sick because Corey juked Josh, powered through Emmanuel, got his bag. Nelson used his speed to get around Devin, got his bag there, and then they just like ran back and did like a formation, and it was sick. I thought Logan was just gonna keep faking until he just like ran into this.
Good, but counts for nothing.
Yeah, Kyle also had a good move. He powered through Corey and got to the end zone on his team. That was a pretty good like.
And Corey had a nice move too.
Right. Yeah, the defense was lacking, and I think that came with not knowing, like no practice. Like you said, multiple rounds would have been helpful because like these people were like slipping all over the place on defense. I mean, Josh stiff-armed Kyle. That's got to tell you something.
I forgot Josh is in this season. he's gone quiet.
Yeah, which is probably a good thing, right?
Yeah, which makes me think he's gonna make it to the end.
Yeah, because in the beginning we were like, he's getting way too much airtime to like sustain this till the end. But yeah, Team Emerald wins, of course. I don't even know if it's good for Team Emerald. They need to chop off some people on their team. I think 6 people going into this final, yeah, it should be beneficial because like you keep winning and everything, but usually the more people, the worse. Especially when like all of your people aren't the best in the final circumstance.
Yeah, Nani, Devin.
I mean, even Josh. I mean, Josh has never seen, and none of these people have never won a final.
I'm gonna say Tori too. She's like, she's underrated.
Yeah.
So it's not actually that strong of a team.
Right, I know, and that's what
They
I've
just
been
work well
saying.
together during dailies, and they have more people than everybody else.
Yeah, and I think their strategy has been kind of off. Team Emeralds, their main priority was to keep Team Emerald together, throw in people into elimination that won't infiltrate Team Emerald, but it should be making sure both teams are worse than yours in a final.
Yeah.
Devin said this in the aftermath. He said that their like main strategy was to keep either, they knew that the two weakest links, the people that would bring a team down in a final, were Amanda and Big T. So they wanted to have Amanda on Sapphire, Big T on Ruby, or vice versa. But it seems like they wanted Team Emerald to stick together more than that, because this decision that they made in this episode completely hit the fan. Team Sapphire ends up being the strongest team. Team Ruby has the 2 layups, and then they're just sitting there with maybe too many people looking at Team Sapphire like they don't have any weaknesses.
Yeah. Also, because I guess we're leading up to elimination, why did Emmy not take CT's advice? I thought that advice was pretty good about picking, leaving Bettina on the bench so she's not a target. Why did, I wonder where that backfired, because
I think because she's so freaking loyal to this like vet, like to the vets, and I think that
I thought she was more loyal to CT.
She wanted to do Team Emerald a favor. Team Emerald probably wanted her to choose Bettina or something. I feel like she did it for
of course Team Emerald don't want her to pick like, well, Team Emerald,
because Josh was like in alliance with Amanda and Ashley, so like Josh didn't want them to be in jeopardy.
Yeah, but if Team Emerald was smart, they would want to get rid of Amanda or Ashley, because those are honestly, Emmy could probably take out Ashley, I think.
Who?
I think Emmy could have taken out Ashley and
Amanda. In that elimination, I think the only one that would have given Emmy a run for her money was like Casey.
Yep.
Maybe Tori, but I think Tori gets frazzled in those situations.
Me too. Elimination.
Where are we? I mean, yeah. Do we have to talk about it? I mean,
you don't really have to.
I mean, it was a very reminiscent of an elimination on Rivals 3 where Wes and Nani beat Nate and Christina, where they had to like tip a missile into a target pretty much. And that's what this was. Each competitor had 5 targets that they needed to smash using the momentum of this big missile. And Bettina just couldn't figure it out.
She was literally stopping the momentum every time.
It reminded me of like Amber M in the hall brawl, where she gets up and she's like, "Where am I?" I think Bettina just like, had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, she was like blacked out with, I don't know,
fear and like an embarrassment or something, because I mean, like we said earlier, she was the outcast of this episode. She wasn't getting along with anybody, so like no one was rooting for her. It was rough. It was looking rough for her.
Your girl Bettina.
Itty bitty Bettina.
Wait, did you see when they were doing like shots of the warm up, and they just showed a shot of her like jumping and just her boobs like.
She got big old boobies.
You know what I'm talking about? Like they showed Emmy, and Emmy's like, you know.
Oh yeah.
And they showed Bettina, and she's just like. I was like, what?
I didn't notice, but usually I would notice things like that, but I didn't notice.
It was just a weird like warm up clip that they chose to put before the elimination.
Like, especially the person editing it, is very aware of what it looks like. So,
well, whatever.
So yeah, Emmy. I mean, the main things from the episode are Emmy getting manipulated and Emmy going on Team Sapphire and creating this final ready team. This team is ready for a final. The only scary thing is we're probably a good amount of episodes away from a final, so a
lot could change.
So like, if they don't start winning some dailies, they might end up with a freaking 1-person team into the final,
Yeah.
Which definitely can't be good. I mean, you need to have some people on your team.
Yeah. It's CT, Ashley, Emmy, and Kyle.
Kyle, yeah,
Nice.
I'll take that.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah. And then, I mean, Ruby needs to, you know, their females are the weakest in the house, Big T and Amanda. So now they're looking like the joke of the challenge right
Who are
now.
the guys on that team?
Nelson,
Corey.
Corey, and Logan. I think all the
And Logan.
guys in the house are pretty much, they have
And
like the
Logan.
second best guys in the house because Emerald's guys are pretty lacking.
But Logan's still injured. That's why they were trying to protect him in the daily.
Were they? Oh, because yeah,
Yeah.
he was the QB. Yeah.
They ran first, let him wait back, and then they came to protect him.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I didn't put two and two together there.
Yep.
So yeah, he's still recovering. So like, will he recover? Usually in the challenge, we don't get to see people recover 100%, but he's being smart about it, it seems.
And his
So
team's like protecting him and helping. So
yeah,
we'll see. You wanna do
Spies, Lies, and Allies. Biggest spy of the episode. I mean, CT.
or
They're
Tori?
manipulating. Yeah, I feel like it was the whole team Emerald team
Yeah.
manipulating Emmy.
Yeah.
And then CT, you know, had his casual conversation with her to plant the seed.
I guess I feel like Tori gets the lie like every episode. I mean, she kind of lied to Bettina. She told her she was gonna do what she wanted.
Tori's got that like lying personality in the house. We're just like, yeah, everything she says, there's a little lie in there, it feels like, or she's exaggerating, or
Yeah.
stretching the truth.
Would you still say that the strongest alliance is Emerald after everything we just?
I think Sapphire's got the best team right now, and
They have the best team, but do they have the best alliance?
I think the only alliance that I learned from this episode is that Josh is still in tight with Ashley and Amanda.
Yeah.
So I would say that alliance for me.
At least this episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Next on, we get a cool looking swimming challenge about like untying knots underwater. And it will be a guy's elimination. We haven't seen a double elimination yet. I wonder if that will be coming soon. I haven't seen a purge.
Usually those happen leading up to the final just to get rid of some people. So it could happen soon. Yeah. We still haven't gotten trivia, I don't think, or eating.
Still haven't gotten trivia, still haven't gotten eating. They've been a little lackluster with the eating. They usually just do like an eating portion in the final recently, but
I like seeing more.
Yeah, this 3-team format I'm loving. Let us know if you're loving it as well. Let us know in the comments. But yeah, that wraps it up. Anything else?
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. All right, we'll see you guys for episode 13. See ya. Oh, okay. I thought I wasn't recording that whole time. We're good.